Hello, new world, and welcome to Jackson's programming lesson number 3. And we're just going to be talking about operators, variables, and the Ascii table. Um, so first, I want to show you a Ascii converter. I'm going to show an example of a Ascii converter of a program I made. And we're going to go into this link, and that's actually what I made. What's behind the scene, or what you say. Mm, so it's basically the program that converts your numbers on this page. And then we're going to talk about operators. This is from Java. It's not C++, so some of them is wrong. Like the and, you don't write it like that in a C++. You write something else. We're gonna get to it, but I just put a picture real quick of it. You can find another one of C++ if you want. But there's rational operators and arithmetic operation and logical operators. Also, I put a video because I didn't know what this was. So there's a video here. I'm gonna put it in the description. You can watch it if you want. If you don't know what it is, but it's basically you have so if you have 7, you divide it by 2. There's 3.5. So if you put it in the numbers here, you can make 2 groups, one with 3 and one with 3, and there's a remainder of 1, and that one is what this represents or equals. And then I want you to remember this folder again. Just always think of this folder when you're programming. There's a paper going to another folder and going back and forth, and you can change whatever is written on the paper or the instructions on the paper and whatever. So I'm gonna pause the video a few times on the way. I didn't have time, that's why I didn't make the video. But I'm gonna jump straight to my IDE. So here we have the Ascii table. And on the Ascii table, you can see here you can convert. It stands for American Standard Code for Information Exchange. And you can what it basically does is it translates from binary to a character or a hex point or a decimal. And here's a description of what it is. So maybe if you want the character A, you would have to write this binary code or this hexamal or this decimal number. So what I'm gonna do is right here. So here, this is like you can learn how to do this. You can calculate it and everything, or you can look in there. But anyway, so you don't need to do this because we can calculate today. So here is a converter online that converts it to ASCII numbers. So let's say I want to write hello world. We write here new world. So you see here is the ASCII number, so it says 72. Alright, great. So I look in my ASCII table here. 72, that's here, and that's a H. And I look in 101, and it's a E. So that's basically what it is. And it's for assembly languages and older languages. But so this is converter here. You can see here on it's on an interface. You put in your input to the computer, and it comes out with the output. And I actually made this program, and that's actually this is the program itself. This is the converter. It's a program, ASCII number converter, convert characters and letters into ASCII table number. And how you do that is you write the function first, and there has to be a main in C++. Has to be a main function where it starts the code. And it can later return to that function or whatever, but you always need one, and you can only have one. And then you need a different name. So the first thing it does is I write std, std, redirect, c out, output, and then there's this operand, which is the right direction where the files is going to be sent. The files is going to be sent to the output, and it's coming from the type, the variable type integer. And then there's this parenthesis, and that's how you find the ASCII number in C++. of an integer, and you write these two. I don't know what to call them. Let's call them top columns. So, and I want to find the character B. ASCII number for character B. Then I enter parentheses. And then there's another operand. Where do I want to send the files? I want to send it into the integer variable. So anyway, then I wrote this end line. The end line, you can also write it like this. And then you need to put it in a string. You put it in a string like this, and you need a redirect end. You can also write this instead of end line, because sometimes end line it doesn't work for me, and it's C++. It's this guy, he made a library, and he wants you to use his website, and I don't recommend doing it. But you can do it. It is a lot easier, writing end line than backslash n. But so anyway, here I also wrote our output int b with an end line, the end line, and this one converts the number in int. I don't know why I expressed it like that, but either way. So if you need a character, you don't need these ones. You don't need to put it in a string. You just write it straight out, and that's character. That's one character. The type here, that's the type, and that's the value, and that's the operand. So anyway, let's try and debug it, see what happens. So I have 66. That's big B. We can check if it's correct. A big B, where is a big B? There's a big B. It's 66. So my program is working. We can check the 24 character. 24 character. So that will be a 2. Oh no. I forget a little bit. What was it? 24, and the result is supposed to be this sign, because you're looking for a character, a sign, and either way, you can play with it. I'm not gonna waste more time on this now. You see, actually I have a few projects to go through, but I'm gonna pause the video on the way, so that's what I'm gonna do. So see you in a few minutes. You can take a picture of this and try and run the program yourself, and you can play with it yourself, and just go Google Ascii code table, and you can play a little bit with it yourself. That's what I. Hello again. Here is the second program that I made. So this one is called odd or even. Oh, I didn't really make it, but I wrote it. So anyway, the program is odd or even. The user enter integer number, a whole number. So the program prints out if that number is odd or even. So I named it int odd or even. Here there's this new block of code. So that's where the code happening. So where the coding, the calculations, I think. I'm not sure about that, but I think. So it's a type. It's an int. It's a whole number. That's the type of the variable. It's a number. That's the name of it, and it doesn't have a value. I just put this one so it doesn't have a value in it. It's gonna be an empty folder with nothing written on it, but you can write on it. So it's gonna output, and this, where is the files going to go? It's going to the output. In the output, there's a string, a variable type string, where you can write the text. Please enter a whole number, and there's a redirect end. So we'll create another std, redirect, and then we'll create an input. And in the, from the input, we're gonna put that data to the number, which is the integer variable. We're gonna put it in this folder called number, with the type variables in it, type integers in it, numbers in it. And if it means if the number, this type of variable, divided by 2, and then you take the remainder. That's the video you have to watch if you don't know what a remainder is. If that's equals 0, we start a new block of code and output from this string that's going to be sent to the output. And this string, there's text. You have entered an even number. You can also read this if you want. And we end the block of code because now there is no more operations. And that's what I think. Again, I don't know if it's true. So else, if it's not equal 0, we're gonna start a new block of code, and we're going to output from this string with the text you have entered an odd number, and put it to the output with these operands. We're gonna send it to the output, and then there's a new line \n and a redirect n. So anyway, let's see if it works. Oh, it doesn't work. So also, like I said before, the reason for that is you have to write the function main. In C++ programs, there has to be a function name main, because that's where the program starts, so you can write more functions. And now it should work. So let's see if it works. I'm gonna put 5. That's the odd number. Enter. You have entered an odd number. 6. Whoop. My bad. So we're gonna put 6. You have entered an even number. So that was that one. I'm gonna pause the video and go to the next one.